You've been around Stephen enough to see the outward manifestations of what I would describe as two pain disorders he has. One is headache, and the other is his left shoulder limitations. Describe those for us.
The headaches are new to me. I wasn't aware. Now, we have overhead lights in our shops. They didn't seem to bother him, at least not that I was ever aware of. And they weren't true fluorescent lights, so to speak. The shoulder, I've been aware of that, because when we would go pick up furniture, we'd have somebody call and say, I've got this couch, or I've got this, go pick it up. Stephen really just couldn't. I'd usually have to get someone else to help if it was much lifting. He did what he could, but he just couldn't do that much. So his left side was really just not non-functional. I don't want to say non-functional totally, but it was going to prevent him from working in the field.
Can you work as a mechanic and not be able to lift up your left arm?
You can work in the mechanic field. There's a lot of other areas. There's parts, and there's, maybe you can work in salvage where you're not on a timed thing like that. But you could tell, like Stephen said, the pain, standing in a position too long, or sitting in a position, or stooping. Eventually, they would get to him, and he just couldn't. He'd have to get up and do something else. The
situation where he had headaches at our meeting, describe for us the nature of that meeting. It wasn't just a lecture. It was somewhat of an interactive.
It was interactive, and it was entertaining, and there was a meal that we could, to kind of, to just so you weren't just sitting there focusing. And I just happened to look back. Stephen was sitting to my right, and at first I want to say, son, pick your head up. This man's talking to you. And then I realized I could see his face was flush. He looked like he was fixing to get sick. So
at the beginning, he was interacting.
Oh yes,
he was answering questions. He was volunteering.
Oh, we were having a ball before when we were in her office. We were having a good time just talking and laughing. Yeah.
But during the presentation, he actually had volunteered some answers to questions.
Yes.
And then at some point, he just.
It seemed like it hit him pretty fast. Like I said, I wasn't even aware that he had this issue, but when I turned around, all of a sudden he was ill. And I asked him if I could get him something. He said, no, this light's killing me.